So hi guys, this is SwaggerTurbo and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys a highlight from one of my streams where I tried out the whole sprint weekend. And as you can see on screen right now, we had a wet track for the first time ever trying out the sprint session. And as usual, I have the formation lap on because the new feature that these guys have added, I really enjoy that because trying to get the car, all the way around the track, heating up the tires as well as coming and parking the car perfectly, just, it's very satisfying. And yeah, if you guys want to see this live on stream, I normally stream from 8 to 11. Mostly 8 to 11, is for racing games or Formula 1. So you guys can come and check it out there. But yeah, getting into the grid formation now, getting super close. I really love this part of, just coming onto the grid and stopping, right on the line. And we got the purple as well, which is super good. But before the race starts, I just want to say the whole race, including the normal race and not just the sprint, was super fun. The racing was amazing. It was really close, and here we go. We got 5 red lights, and we are off. The race starts, and we have a pretty okay start. We are gaining on Albon, but the second half of the launch, Albon has a better exit and does overtake us. And Tsunoda coming out of nowhere. We're gonna try and keep it clean as usual. Going around the outside of Albon, we almost had this. Wow, we almost had the position, but Albon just goes straight through, and that was a very quick Williams right there. Obviously, I'm playing on equal cars and going down the inside of 3 cars. I was literally just counting how many cars we had there. We had 3 cars. Vettel does, manage to keep that position with an amazing exit. And what is this? We have Russell around the outside going through as well. These guys have crazy exit out of turn 2. We go down the inside of Russell. It would be funny if I actually, do the same thing that he did to Perez. But obviously, we're going to try and keep the race clean as much as possible, not get into much trouble. And honestly, the first lap, not too bad. We did pretty decent, got a few positions as well. And into the second lap, we have Russell attacking us yet again out of the turn 2. As I said, the turn 2, these guys get an amazing exit. Somehow, we just keep it in front of Russell coming out of turn 3. Now, it's going to be a proper sprint, obviously because it's a sprint. But yeah, we're gonna have a proper race till the turn 4, and we still stick it in front of Russell somehow. This is actually very treacherous conditions, obviously because of the full wet part. But yeah, we're gonna somehow keep the position right now. Russell is still coming back at us, so we gotta try and stay here at least and not lose more positions. Cutting to lap 4 now, we got Vettel getting into the pits. I think Alonso and Vettel had slight contact, and Vettel has lost his front wing and is in the pits as we speak. And even Hamilton is in the pits. I think even Hamilton has had some kind of issue, some kind of damage somewhere. Both of them have pit, and that gives us 2 positions. And we have gone from 7th directly to 5th, which is actually pretty decent. I wasn't expecting, to be over here. But yeah, coming to the last lap now, we do finish 5th. We got close to Alonso, but not fully, not completely. We couldn't overtake him. The gap and speed was actually pretty decent. I think, running 85% AI, and that was pretty, competitive. And again, we get the, driver of the day as well, which is pretty decent. Now, cutting to the race, we have a 25% race, and it's gonna be mediums going on to softs because obviously you can choose whatever tire you want to start in. It's not like 2021 where you have to, whichever tire you qualify with, you go into the race as well. But yeah, I see Russell is on hards. He's gonna have a horrible start, but he might just come back in the second half of the race. So we got to keep a lookout, at Russell. But yeah, because this is 85% rate, 85% AI, it's gonna be a little hard because I am obviously, a little new to the game. I don't even have 10 hours in the game yet. We get a perfect parking, and that should give us a slight advantage in terms of, the AI who's around us. But yeah, we are ready for the race. It's 5 red lights, and away we go. It's a pretty bad start, not gonna lie. It was a pretty weird start. We did, get a bit of wheel spin, and the second half of the launch was pretty okay. Russell down our inside right now, and we somehow not have any contact, and Albon and Russell behind us though did have some contact. I could hear it, and Albon having an amazing start in that Williams of his. Obviously, Russell is on hards, and that was very very close to Leclerc. And my God, that was really really close though. Here's a replay of what just happened. We were super close to just hitting the back of Leclerc and getting out of the race. But yeah, we're back on board. We are fifth right now. That's where we started, which is pretty decent. I'd say Alonso has gained a few positions, which is pretty good. We are behind Leclerc. Albon going around the outside. I could have, if I was in Mercedes, I would have pushed him off just for the culture. But yeah, we keep him as much space as we can and still keep it in front of Albon. We are fifth as of now. Let's try and catch up to Leclerc if I can. We do get a better exit out of this corner, this whole video. I can tell you guys that much, because when I was, obviously doing the stream, it was actually pretty decent. The exit out of there was just way better than the AI, but the AI had much better straight line speed. Lando setting the fastest lap till now. Obviously, it's been only one lap till now, but yeah, he is in the lead, having an amazing race till now. I didn't really expect Lando to be leading a race, but here we go. We are catching up Leclerc though. I can see on the top left, that we are catching up to Leclerc. Am I gonna send it down the inside? We are gonna send it down the inside. We are still side by side though, and the AI get a much better exit out of turn 2. And I was saying this in the sprint race and even the main race. I do have that, and Albon is down our inside. We have slight bit of contact, but somehow that helps us to go past Leclerc. I have no idea how this happened. Here's a replay of what actually happened. I was going down, just trying to overtake Leclerc, but Albon tries to go around the outside. I have to brake a little early because of our damage. I mean, not damage, because of contact. And somehow I just made that move stick. I am shocked. I am surprised. And obviously, you can see the stream as well of for my live reaction. But yeah, that was actually pretty, scary but nice. Skipping to lap 6 now, we are behind Alonso again. We finished the sprint race behind Alonso. This time around, I wanted to try and just overtake Alonso, at least for a podium. I was gonna say that I'll be pretty happy with the podium, but obviously we have equal cars, so this was gonna be super good. But Norris and Verstappen right now as we speak are in a proper battle. They are trying to battle for first, and this only is going to help Alonso try and get into the lead battle as well. We are just lurking around at the back, and this is the kind of racing that we love to see. As I was telling you guys earlier when the video started, the racing throughout this whole race was amazing, and I felt like the whole sprint weekend went amazingly well. And as you can still see, Verstappen and Norris are still side by side. This just helps us, get closer to these guys, try and have a chance of coming first. Verstappen goes down the inside, and we went too. Oh my God, we went too close to Alonso, had to back off there. And here is a replay of what exactly happened. Verstappen and Norris were going side by side. Verstappen down the inside does take the lead of the race from Norris. We were too close to Alonso right there, which was kind of, sketchy. But then at least we don't have damage, so we'll take it. And while I'm talking about this, Verstappen and Norris are still fighting for the lead. Norris goes down the inside and gets a very weird exit. And Alonso, with the DRS, overtakes Norris and is in front of Verstappen. I think they are side by side still. Verstappen is slightly in front. We have a decent exit, but then again, out of this turn 2, these guys have crazy exit, but the second half is actually better with DRS and a bit of overtake. We are able to overtake Norris. He's still down the inside though. I have to give him space. And in front, Alonso and Verstappen are still side by side, and me and Norris are also side by side. I have to brake a little early, give Norris as much space as possible. We get a decent exit, and Alonso goes for the lead. But I make a slight mistake here, go wide, and Norris goes through. And so does Leclerc. I didn't see Leclerc to my inside, but Norris went through. We have a slightly better exit out of that place. And here is the onboard from Norris. Norris sees that we are going wide, slows down slightly, and overtakes us in a very, very good way. And Leclerc was also here. I did not see him. We have slight contact, but thankfully, both of us didn't have damage. We are still down the inside of Norris, trying to keep it in front of Norris, and we do. We are third right now. We have the podium position. This is what we are looking for anyway. And what is going on? I literally need a second commentator on this because there is so much going on in the race. We have Verstappen versus Alonso. We had Verstappen versus Norris. Me versus Alonso. Me versus Norris. This race has just been so good, man. This race has been so good. Moving on to lap 9 now, we have caught up Verstappen, but Alonso has a 1 second lead already, which means Verstappen will not have DRS this time. I try to go around the outside, but Verstappen places his car perfectly, and we had slight contact, but thankfully our car is still intact. We don't have damage. I try and go around the outside of turn 2, but Verstappen down the inside. I gotta give him space. And as usual, the AI have an amazing exit out of that turn. Verstappen has crazy high IQ as well. He slowed down just before the DRS line and gets DRS down the straight, goes down the inside. I try and stick it around the outside, but Verstappen places his car perfectly, does not let me overtake him. Now we have to wait a whole lap, whereas Norris is going down the inside as well. The craziness of this race still continues, and somehow we are still in front of Norris by just 2 tenths. And out of this corner, I have a better exit. The same way, the AI have a better exit out of turn 2. But I gotta slow down over here and not cause any, collision or any drama, because we gotta try and catch up to Alonso, who is almost 3 seconds in front. He literally has the lead, and he just might win this race with, one pit stop still left for every single one of us. We get DRS though on the straight. Norris is pretty far back. He's 5 tenths back, and I'm gonna try and do the same thing, but this time around I'm gonna not use DRS over here. Try and go behind Verstappen through the DRS line, but Verstappen gets an amazing launch out of turn 2 yet again, and even with DRS and a bit of ERS, Verstappen is just gone. We are not able to catch up to Verstappen, but Norris does catch up to us. He's just 3 tenths behind us, and we gotta try and attack as well as defend. So this is getting a very tasty, and no idea who will be, who will come out on top basically. We again get much better exit out of the AI out of this turn. We are getting closer to Verstappen, and I think this is going to be the lap where we pit. I'm going to try and go around the outside maybe, but no, we have to slow down. Go wide over here. But yeah, we had to slow down. A perfect entry into the pits as well. But unfortunately, I had to slow down there, could not, overtake him into the pits. But coming out of the pits, the gap is still the same. We gotta try and at least stick with Verstappen and try to, not lose our DRS basically, because these guys are pretty quick out of turn 2, and I need to either dump all my ERS, which I don't have much of, and at least I need DRS to, just stay within Verstappen. But Verstappen already coming out of the pits, he has much warmer tires compared to me, I don't know how, but gets a 1.3 second gap in. Russell behind us, we were fighting with him like early on when he was on hards and we were on mediums, and Russell is back again. He's back again for round 2, but thankfully, our tires heated up pretty well, and we could pull out a second gap over him. We are back within the DRS range to Verstappen though, using a bit of ERS to get here. Getting an amazing exit again out of this turn. Getting super close to Verstappen. This is the closest we have been going into this turn, but I have to lift off quite early and try to overtake him on the straight. As we can see in front, Alonso is fighting someone. I don't really know who, but we have an amazing run on Verstappen, trying to go around the outside into turn 1. We do make it work. We go a little wide. We get pushed a little wide actually, but nonetheless, we're gonna try and catch up to Alonso and Leclerc. And I don't think Leclerc has pit. But wait, actually Leclerc has pit, because we were having a proper fight with Leclerc. He did pit early, and he's come out literally in front of Alonso. That is some crazy racing and a very good strat by Ferrari, which is shocking. But yeah, we have a replay over here for the lead. Alonso and Leclerc having a proper fight. Leclerc going down the inside of Alonso. They have slight contact, which compromises Leclerc's exit out of turn 1. This is the only chance we have to try and catch up. These guys are having a crazy fight. We are on to the lap 16 over here. These guys are still going side by side. This gives us an opportunity to try and close the gap up. But again, they have an amazing exit out of turn 2. And we also have a 1.2-second lead over Verstappen, which is perfect. Alonso and Leclerc still going side by side. Leclerc makes a small mistake, goes deep into the turn, has to lock up. We are going side by side right now into turn 4, I believe. And I went too wide. Leclerc gets the position back from me, and Alonso is still in front. I wanted to try and use Leclerc for DRS and try and overtake him cleanly. As we speak, I am going down the inside of Leclerc, going a little bit wide. This is not what I want to do. I have to give up the position. I have to slow down. I don't want to lose much time because Alonso is in front and it's a 1.2-second gap to him. And if we get out of DRS range off of Leclerc, there's no way we even come close to winning this race. This is the only chance of us to try and get close to Alonso, because Alonso has been having an amazing race throughout, and Verstappen is only 5 tenths behind us, so he also could get into the mix, and we have to go down the inside of Leclerc over here. Leclerc was going super slow on his mediums, and Verstappen also has a very good run on Leclerc. He makes a small mistake, and it's a very costly one during the end of this whole race. We are still second though within the DRS, which is the main and important part. We are behind Alonso as of now, gaining slightly. I know for a fact we'll have a better exit out of this turn over here because the AI seem to just be a slightly slow compared to me. But yeah, we get an amazing exit as usual. 2 tenths. The gap just literally went down to 2 tenths from 8 tenths. That's how much we gain over here, and we lose about 4 tenths coming out of turn 2. But entering the final lap right now, and Alonso is still first, but we have an amazing chance of trying to catch up to Alonso and overtake him, maybe. But we still have DRS. We're gonna try and give it our best shot, closing in on Alonso. Verstappen is also within DRS, so we have to be a little bit careful. I'm not going to try and go down the inside, but we do. Alonso is slightly slow. We go down the inside. The exit is not that great. We have a pretty poor exit. We still will have DRS though. But look at this, Max Verstappen coming out of nowhere has an amazing exit, goes around the outside, and we go down the inside of Alonso. Do not push him off, try and keep it on track, and we get it. We get the move done. We were actually, I didn't expect to be going down the inside of Alonso, but he was pretty slow. We were very late on the brakes, and we have the lead right now. Verstappen is still behind me, super close. But as I was saying earlier, we have a very good exit out of this place. So if I don't make a mistake, we won't get a penalty, and we should be able to finish in first. What a race this has been! This has been a crazy race. Overtakes all around, the AI versus AI, me versus AI. It has been an amazing race. We don't make a mistake, don't get a penalty, thankfully, unlike the league race. And there we go. Fifth, we literally started fifth, and we came first in this race. This was a very close race. Verstappen, giving us a love tap on the tire after the race. But Verstappen coming out of nowhere in that last lap, and that actually caught me off guard. I tried to outbrake Verstappen, but somehow I just went in too late, but managed to slow down my car towards the end of that straight and went down the inside of Alonso. Alonso, who has had amazing race pace throughout the weekend, was literally fourth in front of me in the sprint race as well. Somehow we came out in front. I have no idea how we came first. That was a crazy race. And if you guys want to see more of these kind of races, make sure to subscribe, like this video. And yeah, that's it for now. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye and peace.